Is James around? There he is. He's hiding behind the cameras. James Jones, the former Aaron Rodgers teammate, is listening to this, consuming it, and thinking, oh, what's Cowherd going to ask me on this stuff? But, it is funny. So you know this because you were in Green Bay for 8 years, and you went to the Raiders, and it was a mess. And I think about this all the time. The one thing about pro athletes that's difficult that I don't have to face, I can do this until I'm 80.
Yeah.
Pro athletes get a very short time.
Yes, sir.
And I've always defended all athletes on this. If I was traded, it would crush my self-esteem. If Fox said, we're trading you to Vice for 2 producers and an editor to be named later, I'd be like, I'm no good.
Even if it's big money?
I still wouldn't like it.
Okay. Right.
So I've always defended athletes on being traded. It's hard. That's why these quarterbacks win and they look at the camera and they drop. It's Drew Lock. People quit on me. It's Jake Browning. Nobody believed in me.
Yeah.
I'll always defend athletes. We, the consumer, do not understand what it's like to be traded as a human. It's kind of awful.
Yeah.
The second thing is you guys have very small windows to make your money. Now, you make enormous money compared to relative to the rest of society. There is that grass is always greener thing. And when you go back to Green Bay and you compare it to other players in the league, can you acknowledge it's pretty damn good there?
Yeah, and it's totally different. Green Bay is just a totally different vibe. It's a family vibe. When you get there, it's not just the owner wants to see you do good or the owner's invested in you. Everybody is invested in you, all the way to the guy that cuts the grass, to the coaches, to the fans. Like, what can we do to make sure you're good and you can play at a high level on the football
Buffalo's a little
field?
like that.
Buffalo, I didn't play in Buffalo, but Buffalo's possibly like that. But Green Bay is different from that sense. It's everybody's in this thing to make sure this is a go. And I'll never forget when I first had got to Green Bay and we were making a run, Coach Mike brought all the wives and all the girlfriends into the team meeting for a meeting. Like, if it ain't good at home, they not going to be good on the football field. Like, we need y'all too. You know what I'm saying? But it just was like a family-oriented organization that everybody has one cause, and that's to make sure how good can we make Aaron Rodgers.
And I've said this for years. I call it the Green Bay quarterback syndrome. So quarterbacks are different. So Favre and Aaron have very little in common. One's West, one's Southern. One's the gunslinger. One was meticulous. One was thought of as one of the great talents ever. One was overlooked, had to go to a JC. But yet it ended the same way. And ironically, they went to the same team initially, Jets. And I said, is it the reality of being a quarterback in Green Bay? So whereas James Jones and Jordy Nelson can go to the grocery store and sign an autograph, Favre and Rodgers arguably were the biggest stars in the league in their prime. It's like no other city.
No.
And Damon Stoudemire, remember the great basketball player?
Yeah.
When I interviewed him one time in Portland, Oregon, and Damon's a nice guy.
Yeah.
He hated me when he played because I was critical, but he's a good dude. And he said this once. I asked him, where's your favorite place to play? He's from Portland. He said, Toronto. I said, why? He said, glasses I can hide. International city. He goes, in Portland, Oregon? I can't go out for a steak. And I do think that being a quarterback for Green Bay, Favre, Rodgers, nothing in common. It ended the same way. Thoughts of retirement, worn out, no owner to lean on, couldn't get free agents. That Green Bay is strangely comforting, but difficult to be a superstar quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, because Green Bay is small market, so like
it's a town.
Yeah, if Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre did what they did in their careers in Dallas or in New York, you know what I mean? I mean, my goodness, we would be talking about them even with one ring probably up there with Tom Brady.
Right.
Strictly because of where they play. Green Bay is a really, really small town, really, really small market. So it's not a lot of eyeballs on you. You know what I mean? But unless you're Aaron Rodgers or Brett Favre,
and all the eyes
they
are
can't
on
go to the grocery store. They can't go have a steak. I mean, everything, you got to bring the food to the house. Or it has to be, hey, I'm coming through the back door, and this is what's going to happen. But, that's how it's always been in Green Bay. I mean, not even at the quarterback position. We used to talk about that as the receiver spot. There's a lot of great receivers that came out of Green Bay that really do not get a lot of credit because it's small market, it's small town, and it's not a lot of eyes on you. I mean, even when you talk to Donald Drivers, the Greg Jennings, the Antonio Freeman's, like, it's a lot of great receivers that if they were elsewhere, you know what I mean, with a different helmet on, I mean, they would still be talked about as probably one of the greats right now. So playing in Green Bay is special, but yes, it's not a lot of eyeballs on you. You don't get a lot of media coverage and all that. So, you know, you kind of slide under the radar.
So I know Aaron's your buddy. I get it. And he, obviously he doesn't like me, and I get that. I'm not bothered by it. There's a lot
He
of
don't like you?
Well, I mean, listen, I've been critical in the last. I was very favorable. I was always an Aaron guy over a Favre guy for years.
Gotcha.
I thought he was a thinking man's player. I thought he was super. I thought he was detailed. I'll say this. I was always Aaron over Favre. Day one, still am.
Yeah.
I do not like the last 3 years because I do think football's unique. Is that in the NBA, if you have two great players, you'll win. In baseball, it comes down to who has the most money. Yeah. But in the NFL, it is a collective. Even a quarterback needs a left tackle.
No question.
You got to buy gifts for your offensive linemen. Steph doesn't need to buy gifts for the backups.
Yeah.
So it's a collective, and I do feel Aaron. You know, he's a single guy. He's rich. He's doing his own thing. He lives a different Gulfstream life than I'd ever live. And maybe I'm jealous or something. Who knows? I like the life I have. But I think the last several years, it's felt more about Aaron than the collective, and I don't love that. Is that fair?
But see, I don't think that's true, though, because I think the last couple of years, Aaron has really been all about team. You know, even when you come over here, like I said on this show, I strictly believe that the only reason why he is trying to come back is because what those people in the New York Jets office and those players that he's built relationship with has done for him. Right? This is an Achilles injury. You should be sitting here saying, hey, I'll be back next year. You know, but for you to be on the practice squad, running around and, you know, trying to let everybody know that you're ready. Like, I truly believe if this team had a chance to make the playoffs, Aaron was coming back to help his team strictly because he loves those people in that building and what they have done for him. And for me, watching him and the turnover that he's made, you know what I mean, as a player and as a teammate, man, I mean, I like this Aaron Rodgers.
But players all knew nobody's coming back from this in the history. I called two athletes, and they're like, "Dude, if you rupture an Achilles at 39, it's over."
Yeah, I understand what they're saying, but to see him moving the way he's moving, and yes, I know this offensive line is bad, but I truly believe deep down in my heart of hearts, if this team was in the playoffs right now, and Aaron had a chance to come back the way he's moving, him being on practice squad, I think he would have tried it. I truly do. I think he would have tried to come back because I know Aaron. I know what these people in the Jets organization, the Jets players, and what they mean to him. I think it was a goal for him to, if we were in the playoffs, to come back and help this team. I truly do.
Could I argue Aaron would have been better served to stay in Green Bay? The Jets do not do quarterback well. The Bears do not do quarterback well. They don't know how to do it.
Yeah. Well, you're always going to get the yes from me because I never wanted to see him leave Green Bay.
You didn't?
No, I always wanted to see him
finish. Did you tell him that?
Yeah. I always wanted to see him finish his career in Green Bay. You know what I mean? You know, I never wanted to see him leave. And we all know, I mean, organization, you know, your headbutt. I mean, that happens with a lot of different quarterbacks, you know. And sometimes you just need a change of scenery, and only you know that, you know. So, you know, can't nobody tell Aaron Rodgers how to feel or how to think or, you know, what he thinks is best for him. But I always wanted him to finish his career in Green Bay, possibly win another Super Bowl there if that was, you know, what was written for him. But, you know, I never wanted to see him get in the Jets helmet.
How did they treat you in Green Bay?
Lovely. They still treat me lovely. It's like family. Every time I go back, you know, Green Bay is like family. I tell people all the time, man, it's one of the best places in the world to play football.
All right. So you don't have any animosity?
Nah. I love everybody over there. Charles Woodson always told me when I was a player, man, he told me, you can't hold any grudges in this business. At one point, it's going to be your time. Period. So, you know, at the end of the day, you can't be sensitive. You can't hold any grudges in this building. At one point, it's going to be your time, man. Enjoy the ride. Go out there, do what you're going to do, however your career may end, and play ball.
Okay, so Michael Irvin was deeply bothered by Sean Payton yelling at Russell Wilson. Now, I know Sean pretty well, and he's very authentic and a lot of emotion. Yeah. That got him into trouble sometimes in New Orleans. He didn't yell at Drew Brees, but he yelled. He yells a lot. His best friend, Mickey Loomis, the GM, probably yelled at Mickey. This is who he is. If you were golfing with Sean Payton, he'd be giving you crap. He's just an authentic guy. A lot of coaches aren't. They're inauthentic. It's all BS. Sean's just bleeding. Yeah. He just bleeds on you. Yeah. He's a storyteller. And so when I saw that, I thought, Sean's pissed, and he's going to let you know. But I understand players look at this, and a lot of players don't like this stuff.
Yeah.
What did you make of it?
I grew up like this. You know what I mean? I grew up with coaches in my face, coaches hard on me, so I don't mind this at all. And I know a lot of people want to say, but he's a superstar and he's a Hall of Famer. Who cares? We are in a heated moment. We are trying to win a football game. We are losing. I want everybody on the same page. I mean, my man could have been saying, we worked on this all week, right? We could have challenged it, hold the ball, whatever. We don't know what they're talking about, but I grew up like this. I hate when players is like, just because of where you're at, where your career status and all that, it's like a coach can't talk to you like that. No, I used to tell Coach Mike McCarthy and Aaron Rodgers, if I'm not doing, get on me. That's part of the business. We are trying to win. Get on me. So I don't mind this at all. Russell Wilson, Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, I don't care. If it's you that's messing up and you that needs to be yelled at, then that's what it is.
But some guys get sensitive.
A lot of guys get sensitive, but not me. I'm good with the coach yelling at me. I'm good with that. This is a competitive sport. We are trying to win. We got an opportunity to get in the playoffs the way this season started off, right? We're not playing well out here in Detroit. I don't care what your name is. We need to get in the right play. We need to do our job, point blank period. So I'm cool with that, Just like if I'm playing a game with my wife. Say if we playing a spades game. All right, and I'm like, listen, if I lead spades, I want to see your highest spade. If she don't do that, what are you doing? We trying to win. It don't mean I don't like you or love you, but we trying to win. Come on.
So you got a little Sean Payton in you.
Yeah, it's all good, man.
You take the headset off and yell at your wife.
I'm sure Sean Payton loves Russ. It's all good. But come on, we trying to win.
Okay, so you and McCarthy get along. I said this. I've been hard on Mike, but I also think you have to acknowledge I've been nice about Aaron, and I crushed him today. I've been critical of McCarthy, but I think he's had a hell of a year. And that kicker now takes away some of the clock management stuff. But when they deliver a dud like that, you didn't see Belichick's teams do it. You don't see Shanahan's teams do it a lot. We think they're really good. What do I make of that when you're non-competitive and you're actually bad on the road? Yeah. What the heck am I supposed to make of that?
Yeah, and this is concerning because you're going to have to go on the road in the playoffs.
Now?
You know what I mean? Now you're going to have to go on the road in the playoffs. And we've seen you on the playoffs against the Cardinals. On the road against the Cardinals. We've seen you on the road against the San Francisco 49ers.
Lost by 32.
And we just seen you on the road against the Buffalo Bills.
21.
But for me, it's just, where's the energy?
None.
Sideline dead. The players look dead. For you to give, Cook 100-plus rushing yards in the first half, that's you not coming off the bus ready to play. You know what I mean? I can understand you get out-schemed a couple on some of these plays, but that's coming off the bus not ready to play, or coming off the bus like we just finna beat these boys down and surprise, we in playoff mode. Y'all are not. We playing with way more energy than you guys right now, and the Buffalo Bills just put it on the Dallas Cowboys. So for me, they got to get this fixed because if you're trying to go where you're trying to go, you're going to have to go on the road and bring your own energy and win a football game and play at a high level, and they have not done that this season on the road.
That was weird. It's funny. I remember there was a clip of Belichick years ago, and it was maybe a documentary. I don't know if it was Tom vs. Time or something. There was a moment I love with Belichick, and it was it showed it in the film room, and Belichick was showing tape. Is Monday tape day or Tuesday tape day?
Tuesday.
And he's showing tape, and they lost a game. And Belichick, New England scored a touchdown, and he turned to his players, and there's no energy. Why aren't you going to congratulate your teammate? You just scored a touchdown. No, you had an 88-yard drive. Yeah. And Belichick was like, you should celebrate. It's hard to push other men around at 88 yards. Yes, and when I watched Dallas, you're right. And by the way, one of the things I always love about Pete Carroll's teams, win or lose, they are running through a wall.
100%.
You've never seen, by the way, Mike Tomlin teams, yep.
Running
through a wall.
Hardball teams.
They lose.
Yeah.
They are relentless.
It ain't energy.
That Dallas team was just nothing
flat,
there.
Just flat. And they even look flat against the Niners, and these are big-time games. Like, you're not on the road, man, against the Carolina Panthers, or you know what I mean? Like, you're on the road against Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills, or Kyle Shanahan and the 49ers, and they just came out flat. It wasn't no game plan issues and all that. The Cowboys played the defense they played all season long. They ran the offense they ran all season long. But just the energy, man. You seen Buffalo. You seen the
Buffalo
clip.
was fired up.
You seen the clip of my man driving him all the way to the end zone like it was a movie script or something. something like that. But
Yeah.
they're in playoff mode, and they just have way more energy than the Cowboys.
James Jones. Man, you're good on this TV
Appreciate
stuff.
it, man.
You
Thank
really
you.
are. Today, we were a little combative.
That's all good.
You had to defend Aaron. I did.
That's all good.
I liked it. All right. Confrontational. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.